Welcome back, everybody. Today we're talking about Arc Raiders, the release date, sooner than we think. We're going to cover all of the information that we know, some recent information that just dropped. So we're going to show you all the breadcrumbs and everything leading up to this point. I'm also going to share some of the experiences I had during the tech test. Spoiler alert, we loved it. We couldn't stop playing it. So I'm going to try to front load as much of that release date information on the front end of this as possible, but I might ramble just a little bit because this game is awesome. It really is. We're not getting paid to say this. This is something I was interested in. We jumped into, and boy, it was fantastic. Okay, so to kind of review as to what happened, this is a tech test. And again, I apologize if the way I encoded this and captured it at the time was only at 30 frames, even though it played more than that. It was awesome. So this was on an Xbox Series X, and everything felt really responsive. It felt like a complete game. So the tech test, we played it. We literally could not stop playing it. And then it ended. And the only really bad thing, I think, was that it did end. They got us hooked, and then they took it away, and it's just a cruel, cruel joke. So when they took it away, they dropped a trailer that said, hey, thanks for playing, gave us some stats. And there was like, this is when the breadcrumbs started. They dropped a little piece that said, hey, take a break, take a rest, but not for too long. You never know when the Ark's going to come back, the robots. And I was like, ooh, what a cool throwback. So we're thinking, okay, cool. We had a great time. It sucks that we can't play, and we're probably going to have to wait months and months. Well, here's the thing. So as the tech test had ended, I think it'd been like maybe a month in or something. There's usually like a cleanup cycle that comes, because remember, this was on the next gens and on the PC as well, Steam. So what they typically do is they drop an update to kind of clean things up. That's not out of the ordinary, but for 10 minutes, less than 10 minutes, there was an update they dropped that was very peculiar. It was very small for some reason. And here's the information. There's the Steam download. There's the verification from the Steam database to show that it's real, to match the MD5 hashes. It was all legit, but it was small, and there was an executable, and you're like, what? So you can see in the Steam database, but then the Pioneer game, you would launch it, get this, and then you would see a very cruel joke. It says play now, like a launch window, and you'd roll over it, and the launch button would just keep, the play now button would keep moving around. I was like, dude, that's rough. Why you gotta do that to us, right? And then you see two strings, a long string and a short string there at the top. I try to capture them and then zoom in there. So essentially, you couldn't play the game. Obviously, it wasn't the real game because it was very, very small. But those strings at the top were encoded. The small text string said coming soon. And then if you translate the other longer string, it leads to a website. What a cool way to do this, right? You ready for this? Boom! So it's a timer. And that timer goes to the exact time the Summer Game Fest starts. And it's also been confirmed that Embark Studios will be a part of the Summer Games Fest. Crazy, right? I was like, what a cool way to like show it. And here's the thing. This is where we're going to kind of go off on a tangent here a little bit. So Embark Studios, they have done shadow launches in the past. Or I should say one that I'm aware of, the finals, and to great success. Here's the thing. After playing this, my personal experience playing this, I was interested in this to begin with, just the art style. Like I thought it was very like a Star Wars pilots, like Rogue One kind of look. Very interesting. They did pivot this game a little bit, but I think the state it's in now is probably the best possible choice they could have made for this particular game. It feels extremely polished. To be fair, we had like one or two crashes, but like compared to the AAA game studios releasing stuff in like the last 10 years or something, this felt even better than that. So I was like, dude, they can release this now. So not only was this game awesome and hard to put down, but it felt extremely polished. I was like, they should drop this, right? This is absolutely killing it. Like, really, the only bad thing about this was that we weren't playing it. It's crazy. The sound design, the style, everything, like the way they build the tension, because yes, I guess this is technically in the extraction shooter genre, right? But it feels like more than that, right? Like the excitement, I'm trying to compare it to like another game that we've played, but I haven't played a game like this and had the excitement for so long. It's been over 10 years. So like, man, once we played this, I was like, dude, this is what we needed, right? Like, none of the BS, and like this game just launching and being like this good out of the box. So yeah, the tech test felt extremely good. So okay, let me kind of we are going to drop a last little piece of information that I think is relevant to this. But I'll share a little bit more about the like what happened during the play and like the tension and stuff it built. But okay, so there's some possibilities from this timer, right? So the minimum, bare minimum, there's going to be a trailer and like an announcement. I think there's two other options that are more likely. There will either be an announcement into a beta that's going to be very soon, which would be awesome. I would take that in a heartbeat. Anything to play this game again, to be honest. It's so much fun. Like, even if you don't think you would like this, or you're like, ooh, third person, or you're like, I'm a solo or whatever. No, dude, at no point when I played this did I go, oh man, the third person really like screwed me over. No, no. If anything, I think it enhances the experience. It's perfect for the game. And like I played solo, I played with my friends, I played in a pickup group. It all felt like a blast. Like you could just kind of shift up the way you play, and like the sound design really pulls you in. Anyway, I'll show you an example about the sound design in a second. I'm ranting a bit. Let me pull it back in. So here's why I think the date is important here. I think with the marathon thing happening, this is the perfect time to drop it. There's so much momentum off of the Arc Raiders tech test too. And to be fair, like it was so good. Literally, there's nobody, like people that played it, that were giving a good faith effort, nobody trashed it. Everybody said they had an amazing time. And when's the last time we've had a game like that? I can't think of the last time we had a game like that. There's always some contrarians, right? But like overwhelmingly, people had a blast. Like the mix of the robots attacking you and that like sound design pushing this tension moments. As a matter of fact, I think we're almost on a tension moment here. Hopefully the sound isn't too blown out here and it's like good enough. Yes, it's a playback. Let me bring this up to 80. Yeah, bias a little, you know what I'm saying? You just see what I'm talking about. Like we're trying to do a mission here, and like we hear all this stuff happening around us. Like the sound design is incredible. I don't think there's another game that does it quite as well as they do. Okay, I'll play you a little snippet here. I'll try to shut up. I'll try.
I got a fuzz grenade. You want to throw it on?
No, watch bot upstairs first.
That's the enemy looting that we can hear in the building. We're in the middle of a mission doing something completely different.
Scary, dude. Fill up your pockets. We're gonna take it.
He's dismantling it.
You could hear these other fights happening in the background.
Our
You could
barricade?
hear stuff in the building. It's creepy, dude.
I'm pretty sure.
Good call. Yeah,
Watch
he
Holly.
most certainly did. Good eye. Or ear, rather.
He's got the barricade kit. I got it back. Take whatever.
The loot. It just keeps pushing you
Good.
more and more. It's awesome. Listen. Oh.
I'm down. Jade, defib.
I don't know how to defib. I'm bad. Look, I don't even know how to do it. I was like, is this it? Is this it? Struggle. Yeah, the team's back. All this noise is pulling other people into us. This is everybody on the map can hear this fight.
I'm gonna smoke that hall. Heal up, brother.
So at this point, we have the mission done and we have loot. And we have loot off those players. So we're like, we gotta get out of here. I get tweaked, dude. Ready? I don't even know that's a sniper. I'm so bad. Oh shit, I'm getting sniped from the other way. I'm down.
Come here.
I'm coming.
So the
There's a
beauty
guy
of
sniping
this,
on the outside.
the beauty of this is that while this is playing out, like the map's constantly changing. So the longer you stay, the more loot you get if you stay alive, obviously. But like our avenues to leave start to diminish. The corridors start to close slowly, and we have to make that decision to be like, okay, there's 2 left. Do we want to try to leave now? And there'll be other people there too. Some people will be opportunists. Some people are trying to evac like you, and then you can talk to them and be like, hey, you can bluff them. You can talk trash to them. It's awesome. So like, that's just a snippet, right? And it's probably like my recording of this probably isn't doing it justice, but like, you get the idea, right? Like, this is crazy. It was so much fun. Even if you don't think you like an extraction shooter, I don't even think that's probably like a good, because you kind of think like Tarkov, but this is so different, right? Like, it's its own thing, 100%. Anyways, I digress. Okay, so to go back to the date, right? With all this momentum and having this be so amazing, Marathon kind of just poop in the bed with their, whatever's going on. To be fair, like when Marathon did their alpha, and after coming off the high of this game and seeing the Marathon gameplay, I was like, dude, that's dog water, right? And I love Bungie, right? Like, I'll end up getting it to see what they do, but dude, this is going to crush it, 100%. Like, this was so good. And this probably isn't even like the best representation of like what was happening. I'll have more footage later. But anyways, point is, everything's kind of leading up to this. So the possibilities are at least the announcement, but I think there could be a beta. I think that's a strong possibility. I think that's the lesser of the two. But they could also shadow drop it because, like I said, the level of completion in this game on polished feels so good. Even with what we had for the tech test, I was like, they could launch on this easy. Easy, right? Because, like, here's the thing. I had a crash. I think it was like some kind of bug or whatever, but like it recovered me back into the session in the most fair way possible. I even had my internet go down one time, like on another session, brought me back in. Like it handled it like a champ, like the way you would want it to work. It was fantastic. Anyways, so with all this kind of leading, you're like, okay, they've kind of been known to do this. This would be the best way to do it. It has a crazy momentum. So here's the thing. We do know there's possibly going to be a beta. We do know it's going to be in 2025, but check this out. I know, right? I'm rambling. I can't help it. The Xbox store and the Microsoft store, guess what? You can see it now. And this isn't the one for the tech test. That's different. I know because I launch it on a daily basis just to hear the music. By the way, music is incredible. It's on the mobile app. You can see I tried to zoom in there. It shows that you can install it to your Xbox. You can't. I tried. But there's actually a store page now. There's no extra information. But, like, that literally just happened. And so it's like, what? Like, at the very least, I think we're looking at a beta. And I think it's going to be soon. Because why else would they prep the page like this? Yeah, crazy, dude. Crazy. I cannot wait for this game. I mean, clearly, you know that I like it. It was a blast. Like, no matter how we played it, I mean, I knew it was interesting. And it did look good, but I wasn't ready for how good it was because literally we played for as long as we could. We took it right up into the end when this thing like stopped. And it was super sad because we're like, dude, what do we do now? Like, we can't play this. Like, I felt this kind of buzz when Halo 2 dropped or Halo 3 dropped, right? Like, that kind of buzz. We're like, dude, I'm excited for this. So anyways, we'll keep you guys updated. We'll probably hear something here. What is this? The date, by the way, for this is like June 6th, which is a Friday. So typically, the people would have to stay over the weekend if they're going to drop anything, like whether it's a beta or full release. So they're going to be working through the weekend. Because my guess is this game's going to be such a hit that they're going to put some load on the server. So it's probably, I'm hoping, obviously, a full release, but this is probably looking like a stress test beta thing. If you get a chance, jump in there. Last I heard, by the way, I think this is going to be like $40. I don't think it's going to be free to play, last I heard. But we'll try to give you guys more information as we get it. So either way, less than a week, we're looking at some major stuff for this game. And, if you are on the fence, come by during the live streams when this does drop. We'll talk about it. We'll show you. You get to see my potato aim. It's fantastic. And, yeah, hopefully we'll see you guys in the next one. Love you. Bye.